Three, two, one. Baba boy! Hello. Hello. Oh my days, look at that. Is it? Oh, beautiful. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to teach Chris streaming. And that's kind of what we're doing today. Finally, good morning, Matt and Chris. Hey, Shar, how are you doing? Pixel. By the way, guys, let me just tell everyone that is in the Corba Crew stream. Chris is also live right now. I'll post a link so you guys can go there if you prefer his face. That would that's a good challenge. Let's see. Can Twitch handle it? Did it work? Wow. I mean, if the creator does it, probably no problem. Yeah. Howdy, partners. Cool. Mr. Sprankles is Chris. Yeah, we call him Mr. Sprankles or Chris, but today he's just gonna be Chris. Yeah. All right. I don't think anyone should be having issues with ads right now on my stream. For another 20 minutes, you guys should be completely ad free. For another 20 minutes, and then if you refresh the stream, you could have an ad. Um, but let's hope not. All right. Chris is a bot confirmed. Oh, already? Lenses today. Yes. I made myself look nice for stream. And because I've been living like a caveman for the past couple days. Yeah. I mean, what do you do when you don't have a job? Not shave, I can tell you that. Since this is a Q&A, is that wine? It's not wine, it's Coke, okay? It's a cola, right? I don't know, they always think I'm drinking wine. I don't know why. I have a job and don't shave. Oh, fair enough. I mean, let me guess. IT? I'm joking. I'm joking. If I'm correct now, I'm just gonna just end the stream there. We all know Matt is an alcoholic. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, that's fair enough. Well, I just told you I'm unemployed. Like, it's it's. I don't think it's going at all. I don't think there is sound at all. Or is it just really soft? I don't know. I don't think there is anything at all. That's this comment from Shar is just too true. Matt bought a $5 Xmas hat, and Chris bought $3,000 one. See, he's got two. Just saying, Ame is in the chat and she's correcting people that it's hers, not yours. Can anyone hear Chris right now in his stream? Because in my stream, everything is impeccable, you know, everything is working. I I don't know. I just heard that. Like I just remember this flashback of you saying, "Oh, I'm just better than you." Just that's a good idea, man. Oh, Toby can hear you on YouTube. Wait, I'm wait. No, I can't hear you. I can't hear you on there either. Oh, Toby lied. Toby lied. Toby, how dare you? Yeah, for said again that he can't hear you on YouTube. No, Shar, no, no. Oh, Chris is quiet. I'll turn him up. Don't worry about it. It's that quality mic, okay? Like he has a quality mic, and that is
Wait.
why you just don't hear him.
Oh, that I guess, but yeah, I can't increase the gain any more than I have. So, but you
I don't
can
think
hear
it's a.
Matt's.
I don't think it's a game problem.
Then
Um,
then where is the issue?
is that like did you mute your own audio channel? I
No.
mean, not on the mic in the
Yeah, yeah,
phone.
but I have a button like right there.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be able to hear you if that was the case. Yeah, you just.
Yeah, that was my point. That was my point. I was like, oh yes, Ruby can hear me.
Ruby, make sure to like turn
Oh,
off my
okay.
stream
I think
before
I
you.
know what it was. I think I was on the wrong channel, and that's why I wasn't picking up. Yeah, whatever. It's working now, so there we go. Okay. What a ride. Okay, we're
What an incredible adventure.
yes. Okay, okay.
Streaming.
All right. So I guess we'll get started on what we're actually here to talk about.
Get started.
We're here to talk about CorbaWorld, obviously. But first of all, welcome to the first CorbaWorld update stream. I hope to do more of these in the future, kind of this format to explain stuff and get feedback from you guys at the same time, to make it a bit more interactive instead of a boring 20-minute chat where we just blurt out a bunch of information and then there's a bunch of questions in the end. So at the end of the stream, we hope for everything to be clear. Yeah, that's what we're doing here. So the very first topic we'll be doing is, if I'm not mistaken, what is CorbaWorld and what do we stand for? That might be.
Yeah, just to get things going, just to build the foundation. Like, where is all of this building from? Why do we do things the way we do things? It's all because of this foundation.
Yeah, exactly.
CorbaWorld propaganda.
Oh, big time. So what are we going to talk about? So maybe first, what should we start with? How many suggestions have we implemented? And maybe an overview of what suggestions we've done? We can do that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely
okay.
What have we done so far? Or do we talk about the values first?
How about you go ahead with the values and I'll get the suggestion stuff ready.
Alright, let's get into the values first. Right, so the main things, we've explained this in the past, but I'm just gonna go run over them again because this is so important. Everything that we do, every decision that we make comes from these three values basically. So that is why it's so important. That's why we're gonna keep repeating them until you know them by heart. Right. So first thing, of course, is transparency. We've already, like, you can see this in the Discord. Every decision that we make, we are as transparent as we can. We tell you guys what's happening, why things are happening, and every suggestion that we implement. I think Chris in his update post he mentions the specific numbers, so you can always go and look up whose suggestion was implemented and why. Um, and every suggestion gets an answer basically as well. So that is why we have transparency, because obviously in the past there have been servers where that was an issue. So that is one of our core values. That is something that we value a lot and have noticed that it just works. Everyone likes it. Everyone likes to know what's going on. So that's why transparency is so important. Now, next up, we have friendship. Obviously, I saw Fido already mentioned it. Fido mentioned community, and yeah, community, friendship, that is what we're trying to build, right? CorbaWorld started, and now new people are coming in as well, but it really started with this community that was looking for a home. We're all friends, we're all just together, and together we make these decisions. The community runs a lot of stuff as well. As for example, the marketplace, right? That is community driven, um, and that is the whole friendship aspect of it. Then consistency. We try and make everything as consistent as possible. Obviously, there's update posts all the time, basically. Every week, I believe we have an update post at this
Yep.
point, Chris.
Yep.
Yeah. So we try to stay consistent, so you guys know constantly what's going on and how are we dealing with certain issues. And like consistency also kind of goes on the staff. How do we deal with issues? That is something that we try and streamline, so everything stays the same. Stays the same. We obviously listen to input. And uh, is the stream Discord pinging us? No, it's not. I need to turn the streaming thing back on. Don't worry about it. But yeah, so those are the three values: transparency, friendship, and consistency. And that's where this whole thing comes from.
Yes. Well, that's basically it. There's nothing to add there. I recently did get some feedback around the change logs, though. I think it was Nordic. I'm not sure who it was. I think it was Nordic. He asked to include the number of the update behind the I guess change log line that we add, just so it's a bit clearer what line I guess is part of the update. So that's something we'll be doing, but we'll keep the bottom, the summary of all the updates we've done. Essentially, we'll keep that. So that won't be, I guess, changing anytime soon. But yeah, so I'll quickly. In the meantime, I got the document ready about the suggestions and how we've been doing on those. So normally, I mean, that will be live on my stream, obviously.
Yeah, by the way, just updating you guys, like the screen that you see now is the stream, no, like the screen that you're gonna get. Chris has all the info boxes and stuff, and he's gonna show some stuff on his stream.
Yeah.
I recommend opening both to give us both views. But you
and mute one of them, please.
I mean, mute one of them, unless you just love our voices, you know. You can.
Please don't loop them. That would, I know. Oh God. Yes. All right. Back to the stream. So how have we been doing in terms of suggestions? So in total, we have had 91 suggestions, which is quite a decent amount. So that means I think we've been live for 3 months in total. So that means, well, September, October, November. So that's about, on average, 1 vote a day since we've opened, which is an impressive number. How many have we succeeded in implementing? A total of 44. So that is about half of them have been implemented. 24, so a quarter has been denied. And there's still 2 that are being considered and 21 pending. So I guess a total of, again, a quarter or a third that is still pending in total. So we've been doing good in terms of suggestions. I mean, there's a few of them that are kind of like grouped together. Like there's a few data pack suggestions, so they're bundled under the data pack update, but you guys chose for the MCMO update. So that one's going to be coming first. So that was, I mean, you chose that. So yeah, that's your own responsibility there. And then perhaps the most important number is this field to the top right. That's where we where we check how we've been doing in terms of following what you guys would like to see. So in the end, we followed you 75% out of all cases. We did as you wanted to, and 17 times we opposed what you wanted to do. So that means we're actually following what you guys would like to see most of the time, which is a good number. And sometimes we need to make a server-side decision in order to keep more of a server-side perspective in that sense. Yeah, that's that. We have seen somewhat of a decline in the amount of suggestions we've been getting over time. So in the beginning we got tons of them, of course. That means we had to work a lot and add a lot. But slowly, as we've been completing things more and more, we've been getting less suggestions. So in November we only got 14 suggestions compared to October. So that means it declined by quite a bit, which is not bad. That's not necessarily a bad thing. That means we're doing a very good job at keeping up to date with all the suggestions and keeping you guys happy with what we've been doing. So that's always nice to see. So yeah, that's that on how we've been doing on the suggestion side.
Something Ruby wanted to add to that.
Yeah.
I think lots of players have this same idea. Ruby just wanted to say that from herself, she loves the server as it is, and what is it? I really love this server how it is, and the community and how it runs. Anything I suggest is just superficial things. Chris and the team are doing an amazing job. Same message. Yeah. No. The rest was just for me. It was not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just an addition from Ruby.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice to hear. I mean, it's always nice to hear feedback about how you guys feel about the changes and what you would like to see next and stuff. That's always something I'm interested in. Everybody, I think, is interested in knowing, so that the next decisions we make can be aligned with what you guys do. That way, our expectations and your expectations are in the same frame, I guess. So we aren't doing anything opposite to each other. So that's good.
One of the questions that got asked, it was only a half joking one, but it's actually an interesting one. If someone were to suggest, for example, for a staff member to step down, and it got the votes, what would happen? Well, I think if it got the votes, then there is something seriously wrong, and that can't be the first time we hear from it. That we hear about it. If it's a serious suggestion, of course. Yeah. If there's actually a problem and you guys suggest like, hey, this guy needs to go.
And there's a very fine line, I think, with that, because in the end, what we look for in staff is not necessarily, oh yeah, that is the best. That he's everybody's friend. If we have a staff member that's everybody's friend, okay, then it's possible that person might be like, oh yeah, I'm not going to punish this guy because ... or whatever it may be. So what we want to do is keep things as neutral as possible. So if we make a choice in a staff member that is based on certain experience that person may have, we'll also run them through a trial. So usually the person that becomes a staff member is not set to be the staff member forever. So there's always leniency and stuff like that. And so I guess you could do that, but then again, it would also be a bit, I guess, offensive towards the person themselves in regards that, well, it's not nice to see that everybody hates you, basically. So if something like that would arise, I would suggest making I think we might need to add that as a form of a ticket, like a report or something like that only admins would be able to see.
Staff report,
yeah, some sort of staff report. So that might actually be a good idea. See, this is a joke, but we still get something productive out of it. So even jokes are relevant to the server development, which is weird, but it works like that. So yeah, that's. Wait, I'll have to write this down somewhere because otherwise I'm gonna forget. Wait. Okay, so where am I going to do this?
Watch this entire stream too.
No, I'm gonna literally write feedback and then staff report section. Okay, there we go. It's written down. We won't forget now. Okay, so that's done. What else do we have on the notes? Oh yeah, perhaps maybe an overview of the whole team, because I don't know. I don't know if we've ever really done that. Well, officially, presented everybody that is currently a part of that team. So that might be a good one to do. All right. Let's take a look. Where? Oh yeah, Discord might be the easiest place. Oh no, Discord is not the best place. Discord is annoying because then my screen will go away. So where am I gonna do this? I will. Oh no, I'm gonna cheat the system. I'm going to cheat the system. I'm going to open the normal Discord because I have Discord Canary running right now. So I'm going to cheat the system. Yes.
I have no idea what that is.
Well, luckily I do. Yeah. So
this is how we compliment each other.
exactly.
He knows techie stuff.
Okay. So let me go to team chat. Okay, so let's start with the builders. Okay. So the builders. Who do we have? We have Azariel. He's somebody that used to be a part of CorbaCraft, then went to NRG, and then he came with us from NRG to CorbaWorld. So he's been with us for quite some time, to say the least. Very good builder, but he hasn't been on that recent. Well, we haven't really had any build projects, so we haven't really had any of the builders do any tasks yet, as of yet. We have Angel of Death, or Yupo, you might know him as that name. He's one of our builders too. We have Pixel Vapor, you might know him too. He used to be a builder on CorbaCraft, came to NRG, and now he's here. Ta-da. Bada bing, bada boom. And then obviously, I think everybody knows this person, Fido. Fido has been very busy with building a Christmas area, and she's been doing tons of build suggestions, so she's been really active on the server, to say the least. I think she also has the most amount of playtime, if I'm not mistaken. I actually want to verify. Playtime, top.
Pixel is actually in the chat right now, isn't it?
Oh, wow. Hello, Pixel.
He knows some important stuff is coming.
Oh, boy.
By the way, just saying for everyone in the chat, there's a Q&A section after every segment. So right now we're just explaining what CorbaWorld is and stuff, and who we are, and then there will be a Q&A and so on and so on.
All right.
Zin,
Zin is here too. Oh my goodness. Okay, wait. I'm gonna introduce one more person, and then you can go ahead and do the media team and the staff team. But we have one more person, which is Prom Dog. Prom Dog, they used to be on CorbaCraft a lot. They used to be a helper on there. They had then made their own server, which was called Lothric. But once we started with CorbaWorld, they were nice enough to allow us to use their spawn. So that is our current spawn. That was built by, Prom Dog, I think Josh as well, Yupo, and I think some other people too. But you'll have to ask Prom Dog for who built that exactly. But we still use their spawn. We even still have the L on some of the banners to kind of make a link to Lothric in that way. So that has all stayed. So thanks to Prom Dog. They're currently the Discord support member, so they take care of our Discord stuff. I'll keep the special someone for last, if that's fine by you, and then you can do the staff team.
Sounds perfect.
All right.
So which one is I'm doing? The media team?
Media team and staff team.
Media team. Let's start with the media team because that is where I am as well. With Corba Crew and streaming. So first of all, we have Ame. I saw her in the chat somewhere as well. Amethyst Mallow. She takes care of the Instagram. She makes sure there's lots and lots of posts. So the Instagram starts blowing up a little. The Instagram was so kindly provided by NRG, I believe.
Yeah.
So Ame has been posting on there, so we can get some new Minecraft players there. Now we also have Josh. Josh, you might see him on the TikToks, the incredibly popular app. Josh makes our TikToks, yeah, and he's been doing a pretty good job. Like you see them coming by in the announcement or in notifications. So definitely check out the TikTok as well. That is managed by Josh. Now let's look at the staff team. And yes, I am looking at my phone because I'm looking at like the Discord so I don't miss anyone. Let's start with the helpers, right? So as a helper, we have Fur right now. Fur really active and really nice. That is our first helper. I believe Fur came from NRG. Chris is gonna have to
Yep.
correct me.
Correct. He came from energy indeed.
Fur was already staff on Energy and then came over to us and helped us with the whole merger. After that, I believe we move on to Mudkip. Mudkip is also a moderator and also, or no, Mudkip came from Hollow Tree, if I'm
Yep.
correct.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
Mudkip came from Hollow Tree and is now moderator on CorbaWorld as well. And next to Mudkip, we also have Josh, who is both a media team and moderator. Josh, of course, came from my home server, which was CorbaCraft, and now is a moderator here on CorbaWorld, helping us with the TikToks and moderating the chat. I believe that is everyone in the staff team, right? I didn't.
I mean, technically, admins are part of the staff team too, so you yourself and.
Let's introduce myself. Hello, everyone. I am Matthias. You might know me from from Core Recruited Twitch channel.
Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. Yeah, me and Chris have been working together for a long time.
Yes, since we are.
Basically since high school. No, not high school, primary school.
Yeah. Since we were 11. 11 years.
11 years old. He's the one that introduced me to my first Minecraft server. I stayed there for about 8 more years. I stayed on there for a long time.
Yes.
For those that don't know, Chris is also the origin story of Matthias. My actual name isn't Matthias, as many people already know, and that is thanks to Chris that I hold that name, and I'm now known as Matthias.
I really need to have a soundboard here to make these kind of noises.
I want one of those, like an Elgato soundboard.
Oh, Stream Deck. That's.
Stream Deck would be so much fun. But you can actually do that on your phone, to be honest. Like,
oh yeah, there's an app for it. I know.
Yeah, you can just go to Streamlabs, to be honest. Like download Streamlabs and just use your phone. Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh no, I don't like Streamlabs.
We digress. Right, so Chris is pretty much one of the most capable people I know in building things.
I would not say that quite yet.
Most capable members, most capable people I know, right? So
Okay.
Circles,
the 5 people you know.
The standard is very low. It's between my brother and my mother. Like, come on.
Okay.
No, so obviously when he started CorbaWorld and we started talking about that, I 100% knew this was something that I wanted to do as well, and wanted to support with Corba Crew, the Twitch channel, of course, and make it great. Yeah, and then we move on to Chris, basically, and Chris has owned his fair share of Minecraft servers. That is how CorbaWorld came to be as well. It's basically a merger of a whole lot of Minecraft communities and Minecraft servers that Chris managed at one point or another.
Yeah.
They all branched off of the same server at some point, but Chris managed to find himself in the management of all these servers.
At some point, I was indeed there. But it was just not manageable in terms of time, and the since I started a job, my free time was limited. Because of that, it was difficult to give. Well, I had to split up all of my time into even smaller chunks for each server that I managed then. So managing everything at once was just difficult. So instead of merging the servers with one of them, what I decided was I'm just going to create one new one so that everybody gets the chance to start over. And it's not like one server gets pulled in front of another and one has an advantage. I wanted to have a clean slate for every single server and start fresh and new, and grow from there, because that's the fairest for everything, I would say. So yeah, and I think that's, yeah. We're going back to the origin story. This is confusing. Okay, we were originally talking about the team, I think.
Yeah, like I completely digressed. Like the origin story of each member of the team is the origin story of CorbaWorld.
Wow. Oh boy. Okay.
Anyway, right. So then I had everyone in the staff team. I mentioned everyone in the staff team and the media team.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
then I have one more person to mention. This person is a rather new member on the team that only joined 2 days ago, I think. And it was kind of unexpected, because I had not planned this or anticipated this, but once we started talking, and then it became more and more interesting. So essentially what I currently do on the server is I do everything owner-wise, so pay the bills, manage the expenses, the income, the website, the store, the Discord, the Minecraft server development. So I do a bit of everything, and it's as we go, I want to fine-tune things better, and in order to do that, I need people to help me to do those tasks, because I need to give up a few tasks so I can focus on others. And in this case, we have taken on a developer that goes by the name of Kiowa Jones in game. So you might have seen him around. Well, I'm sure you've seen him around. He used to be a player on Hollow Tree, and he has now joined CorbaWorld. Very happy he did, because yeah, we'll be working together closely to get to fixing bugs quicker, to get to implementing more things if possible. We want to, or better, implement them better and more accurately with less bugs once they're released. We want to work on bigger projects, like I don't know if you're familiar with it, but the big events we did, for example, on NRG, we used to do them with Halloween or Christmas, and then later on, I also started them on CorbaCrafts, where we had CorbaWeen and stuff like that. So those types of events is something I developed, and I would like to bring that back to CorbaWorld. I simply just haven't had the time. But with another developer on the team, we will be able to divide the tasks better and get these things rolled out well and at a better pace. So yeah, they're a part of the team, and I look forward to working with them, obviously. And yeah, so we'll see how that goes. I'm sure he's stoked too. He's still figuring the things out a bit, because I have a unique way of working sometimes. I'm very organized, maybe a bit too organized at times. But yeah, we'll figure it out. I'm sure we will. So yeah, if you see him in game, be sure to congratulate him and give him a warm welcome to the team if you're part of the team, or if you're not, you can welcome them as well. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, so they'll be joining us, and we hope to do bug fixes better and stuff like that. A few things I would like to touch on. This does not mean that we'll be doing updates more quickly. The current pace at which we're doing update is something I like, because it gives us plenty of time to see how updates work, or things that we've implemented work, and how they're accepted, and if there are bugs, if there are other things that don't work well together, or if it's just weird and confusing. I want to have plenty of time to let things settle in, and also make sure that they actually, contribute. So yeah, that. So yeah, welcome, Kiowa. And then I think, let me double check. In terms of, oh yeah.
Yeah, we jumped the schedule a little bit with that one, but
Well, with that, well, yeah, I know.
I just realized that.
Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, let me just mention this too. But yeah, to go back to the team, the server is is slowly but steadily growing, and we hope to grow even further in the upcoming months. In combination with streams, with social media, so Instagram, TikTok, you guys inviting your friends over. We hope to grow more with the voting websites even, doesn't really matter. But in order to also better accommodate everybody, we would, what we currently see is we don't always have staff on. So there are certain blind spots, I guess, in our in the time that we're up and running. So what we would like to do is get some more staff, and that means actually that we would like to see. Yeah, we're looking for you. Yeah, we want you. You know the poster. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we need. What we're currently looking for is 2 helpers and 1 mod. So this is something anybody can apply for. Well, after the stream, we'll put up a link, a Google form, where you can then apply and then answer some questions and stuff like that. Yeah, you can apply. Also, this also counts for team members, so people who are already part of the team can also, so helpers that would like to become a mod, they are free to apply for that moderator position. And any player is free to apply for the helper position, or even for the mod position if you feel ready for that. So, yeah, I would say go.
You can apply for any position, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So it's accessible to everybody. But be sure, of course, if you apply for a mod position, there are certain requirements that you need to meet, certain skills we expect you to have, that kind of stuff. So yeah, that is actually the first part of the stream.
Now, to some questions about that.
Yes. Do you already have questions?
I do.
You have questions.
I mean, well, my chat has questions.
Okay,
you translate them for me.
Okay. I'm listening.
Will Kiowa be getting a rank in game? Is the question.
Yes, of course he will. He hasn't had one. He hasn't had a visible one yet, but it has been active under the radar, of course. But he will be getting a nice suffix, just like builders or media team members have. So yes, he will be indeed getting a ranking game. Not like a prefix, but a suffix is what he'll get. Yes. All right.
Yeah. Any more questions? Just throw them in the chat now. Now we have a little Q&A section of about 5 to 10 minutes.
The more the merrier.
Moving on to the next segment. That is again gonna be about some additions.
Oh, big additions. Yeah.
They were suggesting Fur to promote Fur, but obviously Fur can apply for moderator if he wants, but it will work through an application now, not through promotions.
Yeah.
Everyone has to apply. The player can apply for moderator, a player can apply for helper, a team member can apply for helper or moderator. I mean, obviously, if you already have a certain rank, there's no real use in applying.
I mean, the applying for helper is mainly for like other team members, so builders or media team members. They are free to apply for another position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you add VR? Is a question.
VR, good question. That is easy enough to add, so that is certainly something we can look into. But I would suggest leaving a suggestion.
Okay, yeah, Harry, go in the Discord and leave a suggestion. Vivi asked, a nether roof. Is the nether roof available and will it ever become available?
It is not available and it will not in the foreseeable future. No. It is a well-known bug. I will happily make it accessible if Minecraft acknowledges it as a feature, but they have not. So as long as that is not the case, then I will not be adding it. Yes.
And let me just point out one of our values is that transparency, and that is why we always explain we don't add certain things.
Oh yeah.
How much time do you need to count if you...
Right. Okay. I seem to be back.
Oh, the stream went offline for Chris for a sec.
It should be reconnecting. I think. I hope.
Let's see. Let me refresh your stream and see if it works. Yes.
Okay.
Another question that I saw. Can you nominate people? Well, real easy to answer. Tell them to apply.
Yeah.
Ask people to apply. Of course, don't put pressure on people if they don't have time or just want to have their free time just playing Minecraft, not being staff. That's fine. No one has to do anything. So just ask people that you like, hey, definitely I like you as staff, and make it known that you like that person. And we see what happens in the community, in Discord and in chat. So make it known, but an actual nomination isn't a thing.
I think this again comes down to the just do it mentality that we also kind of have. If you have an idea, well, think about what you can do to make it real. So if you think about, I want that person to become staff, okay, what can I do for that person for them to become staff? Okay, leaving a suggestion, that's not as valuable, but motivating them to actually apply and then send them a link and then tell them why they should become staff, why not? There's so much you can already do that is within your reach, that we don't really need to go to any extreme measures or anything to implement new things for you to nominate people and stuff like that. So try to think more simple. I mean, that's what I usually do with things or suggestions that I have to come up with for you guys. So you guys would like to see X, then I need to think of how can I do this as stupidly and as simply as possible. And that's how you create a simple environment and then something that is also easily understandable.
And promoting. Of course, except for others. So if a member of our community wants to stream, what are the rules?
What are the rules? I mean, technically there are no rules around it at the moment. So if you stream, okay, you can stream, but we do have a no advertising rule. So advertising anything or mentioning something around it, it would not be allowed at this point in time. However, if you, I think this is something we should have a meeting about and kind of see what criteria should the person streaming meet, so they can publicly also share their stream link and stuff like that, because I would like to facilitate that if that is possible.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'll add that as a note to
yeah.
I have a cat issue. I need to clear away the cats because I have a cat issue.
Don't we all have
issues?
Yes.
So she sits between my keyboard and no, don't come back, please, stay away. Stay away. Help. I'm being raided by my cats.
So yeah, the things that we see in chat now are also inspiration of where we need to be heading in the future with CorbaWorld. So for example, rules around promoting your streams is something that we obviously need to work on, so it's been added to the list now. Well, you in one of the updates.
What this
See it fail,
in front of my face. I was like, is this on camera or not? And it was, apparently. Yes. Okay.
It wasn't on mine, but yeah. Only for a little bit.
Okay. She's
right.
back.
Someone said, could we do end of year staff / player commendations? And I asked what they meant with commendations, and they said just even an idea where we say X has made a great contribution to the community this year, question mark, in announcements nomination based. Okay, so have you seen The Office? The Dundies is basically what their suggestion is. The Dundies is what they want. I actually like that idea.
I love the idea.
Idea the other day.
But the question is, okay, I love the idea, but isn't it possible for a player to do this? Can't you do this yourself? Can you not make a simple chest with books or writable books and then have players write something in it and commend someone and then put it in another chest or a hopper where then only you can see what they wrote? I think it's certainly possible, and I think it's very easy to do, no matter who does it, a player or a staff. I think anybody can. So if you have that idea, great, go for it. Absolutely, great fan.
Yeah,
If you
I would
want,
suggest. Yeah, I would suggest getting that set up.
yeah,
And just do that.
yeah,
Basically. Because obviously end of year is it's quite close, and we are working on a lot of stuff. As you will see in the next segment as well. So you can't see it on my stream, but yeah.
oh yeah, it's next to. Oh yeah, yeah, because I'm like cropped out. Wait, I'll try and censor her.
There you go. You can see.
Yeah, they're centered. Yeah. They're just confused. What is going on here?
Then I saw two. One that I'm gonna ignore, and then they asked about a mining quest.
I think that is a running suggestion already.
Okay, yeah.
And to that I say, you had the chance, but you failed.
You have failed it.
Well, it was literally one of the updates we're gonna do. So it was called the Impossible Mining Endeavor, I think, was the update. I mean, I'm not gonna say what it would have been because I might use it again in the future, but it would have obviously had something to do with mining. So I wonder what it would have been like.
Yeah, basically. But I don't think it's gone, right? They get to vote on 3 things pretty much every time. So
Oh yeah,
one
well,
of the things they continue.
Yeah, it's not like Mojang. We don't like just poof updates. We will bring them back. Yes. So, no worries.
It's just asking which one will be next, basically. And the one that you guys vote for will be the next one, and another one might be the one after that.
Exactly.
Depends on what you vote.
I think the next stream I'm gonna make a separate cat cam, just to film the cat. I'm sure people would watch it. I'm sure, 100%.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, definitely. Just constantly be watching the cat.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Is there a rule for respawning the Ender Dragon? I don't think.
There isn't, but trapping is not allowed. Let's make that the rule. Trapping the Ender Dragon is not allowed. I'm not sure if we actually. We might still need to do that, but what I used to do, I used to make like a region inside the towers, so that nothing could be built inside the towers, and that would be kind of like a safe place where everybody could just play, and then nothing would be destroyed or no holes in the floor where you would trap yourself in. But yeah, we might need to look into that. But yeah. Besides that, I don't think there's any rules around it. Besides that, just no trapping.
I think with all the questions we are getting kind of in where we are going with the server anyway, so I think it's a good time to start the next segment of what does the future hold for CorbaWorld.
Exactly.
Because they are getting impatient about a certain question, but
which one?
Purposely ignoring that one.
Okay, I'm not gonna ask because I'm gonna start talking about it. Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about it anyway. So yeah.
True. So the next question, I guess, is what does the future hold for CorbaWorld? And this is something I've been putting a lot of thought into in December, really. And this is, I guess, I really want to focus on the server growing and developing and becoming, just evolving the community into more, and inviting more people to play with the community we've created. That's what I would like to achieve. So how are we going to do that? So there's a few things. One of them was staff. So I have a developer will be joining us, 2 more helpers hopefully, a mod. So we'll be really expanding our staff team to better accommodate those people. What else are we going to do? We're going to make a dedicated creative server. So we started with, some people might have seen it already, but there was an issue with errors of people not being whitelisted, well, that was because we added a test server, and it was kind of routing you past the test server, but that issue should be solved right now. But we have a test server now, so that's where Kyo will be doing all his testing and bug fixing and stuff like that. So kind of an environment where we can stage situations and test them. We'll have a creative server. That's where the builders will be able to play, and that's where they'll have their playground. We'll also add like I've done in the past with Creative Worlds, is I've added plots for people to use, so you'll be able to claim a plot, use world edit, that kind of stuff as a player, obviously, and have creative mode, so you can kind of test some designs if you would like. We won't be allowing to test major farms because, well, creative servers are notorious to be known for, well, exploiters or whatever, or annoying people, trollers, to kind of, try and crash the server by lagging it out, I guess. I mean, it wouldn't impact the survival server, but still, I would rather avoid it than have to deal with it continuously. We would also like to make a public catalog. I don't know if anybody has seen that before, but that would essentially be a donator-exclusive world where donators would then be able to explore what we have built in the past and see how they look and maybe gain some inspiration for their own builds or just marvel at the builds we have had so far. The creative server. And then, I think that covers most of it. I think, right? Missing anything?
I would like to clarify real quick, because that was something that I was confused on first time I heard it. That the catalog is for inspiration, for the donator exclusive for inspiration. It's not something where you can buy things.
No.
Just for those that have seen the catalogs in previous servers where you could buy things. This is not one where you're gonna be able to buy things. You're gonna be able to get like inspiration from those builds.
Yeah. That might be something we could add in the future, I guess, the fact that you could buy certain builds and stuff, but that's certainly not planned in the beginning. In the beginning, we want to start out basic and have it operational and focus on just the creative mode itself, because that will be enough work. And then we'll go from there. Anything you would like to add?
No. I'm writing questions down. By the way, for
okay.
chat, I'm writing questions down for the Q&A.
Okay.
So we can just get through this first.
Okay, so what are the questions?
Question? Okay. Basically, there was a question. If you are on the creative server, will you get playtime for survival?
That is a good question, and the answer is... let me think. I will look into it. I will try to make that a possibility, because I do like the idea, and it would hook into something else I would like to do way further down the line. But that is something we could look into when the time comes, but no promises there.
Someone said something as well, but I think that is something that can go in the suggestions, of course. Any chance you can tweak the hopper speeds?
Well, I have a suspicion who asked this. Vivi. Okay.
Vivi.
Yeah.
Was your suspicion right?
Yes. Well, yeah. I had two people in mind: Alchemy Stars and Vivi. Yeah. So
I haven't seen him in the chat.
Yeah. It might not be in chat. I don't know. I haven't seen them. But yeah. Regardless. Wait. What was the question?
Hopper speeds.
Hopper speeds.
Will the hopper speeds?
They most likely won't be changed. Why? They are currently set up that the hopper speed, when you compare it in the end, then the net speed at the very end of a line is the same as in vanilla. However, the intervals at which they get transferred, the items, and the amount at which they get transferred is different. So that's the only thing we really changed to better accommodate allowing players to use 32 or what is it? No, 48 hoppers in a chunk at once. Um, if we wouldn't have done that, that wouldn't even have been a possibility. Because hoppers are the biggest cause of lag on servers nowadays. And with people that want to build massive, or well, humongous farms, um, we need to well make some compromises somewhere. Otherwise, we won't be able to do much. Well, other players would not be able to enjoy the base game. Is the issue. So we will not be tweaking that, unfortunately. I wish I could do it, but I think in Bedrock, for instance, that is nowhere close to as big as an issue as on Java. But that's just well, somewhere where we need to, well, I guess, cut some fat. I'm afraid.
All right, and that's all the questions that I see in my chat.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good. 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 Good.
great.
Um,
Next part.
Next part. Oh yeah, this is a little something about the suggestions, and this would have. I think this was more relevant a bit back in October when we were getting like tons and tons of suggestions, but that might have also been a cause caused by well, the server being in an early stage, so not sure. But essentially, we've seen a few suggestions, like really big ones. For example, we've seen custom enchantments come along. We've seen custom item models coming along. We've seen clans, kingdoms, and towns coming along. Those are actually really big suggestions. Why? Because they alter the game experience at a very base level. If you add custom enchantments, then the whole player experience changes. Why? Because you'll add certain abilities to those enchantments. You'll have new effects. You'll have potion effects on swords and on bows and on whatnot. So the amount that you change the game is very, very large. And to some people, it's even frightening to have so many options and so many possibilities. So this is why we kind of want to make sure that we pace ourselves well and first build out the base of our server like we would like to see it, or and you guys would like to see it too, because I think there's still a few things we can develop further, and then once we have that base, we can start to build upon that. But also, if you combine all of those things, so custom enchants, custom item models, clans, and kingdoms, the description that you have there is quite literally an RPG server with custom models. You're essentially building a new game inside of Minecraft, and the sheer amount of time and development and just not just development but also content creation, because it's not easy to come up with custom models and names for enchantments and storylines for quests and stuff like that, and well, clans and kingdoms. The whole system is also not rather easy to set up. It all takes time, and it's a massive system. While I like the idea of having like a full-on RPG server, it is something that we're not quite ready for yet at this point in time. So sadly, those types of suggestions will need to be put a bit on the well. I'll say it like I usually say it to the team so far. We'll have to icebox those suggestions. What does that mean? Is we just put them aside for quite a while. They're still somewhere in the CorbaWorld verse, I guess. But they're just put on the back burner a bit, so that we can focus on the base of the game, and then make sure that works as we want it to, and then we can look forward to how we can build on that. All right, that was the biggest part of the next part. So that's kind of a bit of a some feedback on some of the suggestions we've been getting. So also try to always think, oh yeah, how would this suggestion that I have in mind fit into the current CorbaWorld? Does it fit CorbaWorld, or is it a bit too much? So always consider that when you make a suggestion. I know it's not easy, and you certainly shouldn't be afraid to make suggestions, but consider it, or explain why it's a good fit.
And it's also a bit of a warning that if you made one of these kinds of suggestions, if you weren't sure and you did make one of these suggestions, absolutely no problem. We like getting suggestions, but know that that might gonna get one of the answers that you're gonna get is it just doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit with our vision. of what CorbaWorld is going to be. It's too big or something like that. That
Yeah.
is one of the reasons why your suggestion could be.
Yeah.
Um, Oda, Oda Groda, I'm gonna answer your question in a second, but I think Fido's question fits more in what we're talking about right
Yeah.
now. Um, Fido is asking about MCMMO. If MCMMO will be a thing.
Oh yeah. Well, I think we should refer to the latest poll we did on like the update poll, and
I think so.
if I'm not mistaken, the one that won was a skillful adventure, which is well, pretty much MCMO. So that one will be added, and while I would like to add it as soon as possible, we do need some time to properly tweak it and make sure there's nothing too overpowered in it, because as I mentioned, there are certain abilities or passive abilities even that are quite strong. So one of them is, I think, if you kill a mob, with every mob you kill, you get a diamond or something like that. In our current economy, that wouldn't quite work as I would like to see, because you would have a lot of diamonds real quickly. My cat agrees as well. She's sitting right next to me, and she just sniffed. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it will be coming, and I hope to do that soon. But first off, and I think I might announce this too now, if you haven't seen it already, but I created a new event on Discord that, well, tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. my local time. I mean, I think it's in the event, so you'll have to check what time it is for you. But we'll be having some downtime. Why? For the 1.19.3 update, so we'll be updating to 1.19.3 officially. And we'll be expanding the world borders of every world by 2.5k blocks. So the downtime will be extended a bit, so that means we'll have, well, a few hours of downtime possibly. I hope to have it done as fast as possible, but the world needs to pre-generate. So that takes time, and I can't really say how fast that will be done, but we will keep you updated when the server is back up. So if you don't hear anything from us, that just means that it's just generating, and I'll be sure to post an update from time to time, but I'm at work as well, so it'll be between breaks, I guess.
Does this extension include MineWorld?
Mineworld, no. Mineworld resets itself all the time, so it's a new seed as well. So every week it just is a new world on its own. So that is plenty. And otherwise it would become a bit too heavy in terms of server resources and stuff like that if we make that one too big. So it's mainly going to be the overworld, well, no, not Mineworld, the Nether and the End. That's gonna be that's gonna work like that.
Now I'd like to jump back a little bit to Oda's question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just to make sure that I didn't ignore that. Will you bring back the event server?
Oh, that's a difficult one.
Yeah.
That's a difficult one. I am not sure on that. That's something I have thought of. Well, sometimes, but not that much really. For the time being, we simply don't have the I think the player base and the amount of people to justify having a separate event server. So currently, what we would like to do is keep things on the main server and just have people participate in events as we have been doing so far. We would like to add in some more regularity in certain events like Mob Party and some big ones, to have them weekly or something like that. But there won't be a separate event server with like a bunch of stuff. Maybe in the future, but again, I'm not making any promises. Not saying when that will happen either, because I just don't know. Given the amount of stuff we still have to do, keep in mind this is an entirely new server. We're starting from scratch, like 0, 0, 0. Everything is built up from zero, and we're doing it step by step to ensure that we do it right from the first time. The first time right kind of a mentality, and that's why we don't want to go too fast and end up having to catch up on ourselves. All the stuff we've done.
We also just don't have the staff resources yet to have people that can consistently host these kind of things. And also, we kind of push for the community to host events. And well, that I don't think it's revealing too much to say that we think about these things to encourage the community to host their own events. And
Yeah.
those are things that you will be seeing come back in the future, where there will be an update somewhere where it will be easier for you guys to host events.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So
so it's really pushed towards you guys, and at the moment, of course, you got crew events, events that I host and I
yeah.
do, and I would love to get some consistency in that as well. But currently, with my schedule, that is a very hard thing to do. So we will be working towards that, but yeah. So I hope that answers your question, Oda.
All right.
Um,
Any more
let's
questions?
see. I also know some players have wondered if End and Nether gets reset, like the Mine World. Oh, okay. Does the Nether and the End get reset ever?
Um, I want to try and avoid this because I want to give people the ability to, because we don't really have fly in the Nether or the End. So people make bridges. They make what I would like to see, for instance, is like a whole Nether hub kind of thing built by players. So in order to facilitate that, I don't want to do resets uh, for the Nether or the End. So that is something I will keep. That we will try to keep as is. But we have been looking into alternatives to allow for uh, some sort of regeneration of loot, I guess, in a sense. But we wouldn't require to reset the whole world. Um, um, so yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, we're kind of in the middle of the two. So we're still looking at solutions to that because we've seen the issue too. But the world border expansion will help to an extent. Um, the ability to not set homes in those worlds is also going to help. Um, in the sense that new players don't have a disadvantage towards veteran players. So veteran players will also need to re-explore the whole world before the reset happens. I guess they won't be able to simply just sit at the border and then continue exploring. Um, and same goes for the Nether. The Nether you can set homes, I believe. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So just to be clear, the End and Nether are not going to be reset.
No,
No.
no.
Um. Then something that follows on that. Could we consider a Mine World Nether or?
I have seen this come by before, and while I would like to do this, I would like to hold off on that for as long as possible. Because, again, that is also resource intensive. And if we have this many worlds that we actively reset on a weekly basis and stuff like that, we would need to look into alternatives like upgrading the server hardware itself to be more capable and have even more performance at our disposal in order to properly render out those worlds and keep the game playable. As I think some of you remember, we used to have a problem where when at a certain time during the week you would join the server and then you could just do nothing. You would just get kicked or you would be frozen in the midair and you would fall to negative Y 1000 or something like that. That was because of the pre-generation of the world. That means even just with a single mine world, the server was kind of already struggling a bit. So if we can avoid adding more of those worlds, I am all for it. Um, but yeah.
Since we are brand new, we have to like go through this entire process.
Yeah.
We can't rush anything.
Yeah, we can't just
As we
jump
said,
to
we
the
can't.
yeah, we can't jump to the finish line and have the top-notch server where you pay thousands of dollars a month basically to just host a server. We need to be realistic in that regard and have something that is reliable, that does what we need it to do, and yeah, that is what we are currently set up for. So yeah.
Mhm. All right, and then a bit of a different question.
Ask away.
The world resets. So the normal survival world reset. Now, on the previous servers, there have been issues with transparency, and Ruby is asking, are we willing to be transparent with that when it's in the works, even months in advance?
Oh, that's a good question. The thing is, it's difficult to say if we have to reset or not months in advance. So this was always an issue in the past as well, but we can always try and be as transparent as we can. But most of the
Definitely
time,
will be better. We can tell you that.
oh
It
yeah, but
definitely
I
will be
mean,
better as they
there was a
stage.
short, brief time, for instance, on CorbaCraft where it was better. I would say, in my personal opinion. But again, I'm biased a bit, of course. Um, but that's when for example, the Lothar 1.16 update that was released by me. That was me who did that, announced that, and made sure that you guys had access to the downloads and whatnot. How recent updates or the most recent reset has been done, I can't say. I can't say if the download exists because I don't know. Um, but based on past experiences, I have my doubts that it exists. Yeah, I just do things differently. I make sure I have backups of backups of backups, so there's always a way I can get that download to you. Um, Again, I'm not sure how we're going to do it on here. I've thought about making like archive servers. So what are archive servers? They're literally just servers that exist, and they're called, for instance, CorbaWorld 1.19 archive, let's say. And that's a server that you could join and then still explore, but you wouldn't be able to do anything else on there. You would just be able to fly around, explore, see what people have built there, and stuff like that. And it would still be live, essentially, and you would still be able to visit it, but that's it. The new server would be separate, and it would. And once we truly archive it, so no longer have it live, we would then release that download to you. So in that regard, we'll always be transparent, I guess, or open, but we just sometimes don't have the answers that long beforehand if we have to reset or not. So I can't say. For minor updates, don't ever expect a reset, by the way. So for like a 1.19.2 to 1.19.3, don't ever expect a reset. That's just not necessary. But again, Minecraft is also changing how they do updates, and yeah, there's a bunch of things they're slowly but surely changing. So we'll also have to adjust how we do updates. But I don't have those answers for you yet, as I don't quite know how that will look. But as soon as we do, we'll be sure to do another live stream, explain it to you, answer any questions you have, and like that. So
We're definitely going to be as transparent as possible, and just to sum up a bit, we just don't know that much in advance either. There's too many variables at play. But you will know about it. It will be a lot better than you used to, Ruby. It's not something on our minds actively at the moment, since that is still far away.
yeah.
Um, let's see. Toby had an off-topic question. I've noticed a few empty areas to the right of spawn with coming soon signs. Any info on that?
To the right of spawn. Oh yeah, there. Okay.
I believe that's the same answer as you gave earlier.
What was?
They could have seen it. They could have seen it, but they just failed.
There have been a few
Just didn't-
things that could have said what would have been added. Yes. Yeah, I'm not going to say. I'm not going to say. Just
Just vote for the right things. You know?
yeah, and then we'll see.
It's really
I mean,
yeah.
I might want to lift the veil on this, and this is something that we want that we'll be focusing on in terms of development. So if you have any ideas in this regard, be sure to suggest them. But we'll be focusing our upcoming development, like the next few months, 3 months or so, on player retention. So this means new player retention. So if a new player joins, make sure that their experience is as nice as possible, so that we are sure to keep them on the server. And on top of that, also there's another type of player retention, which is veteran player retention or established player retention. And this means that we are going to try to facilitate certain things that people that have been on the server for over 200 hours, like we have quite a few now, which means 200 hours plus means technically that you're just away of the Emperor rank, I think. So that is quite some time that you put into the game. And we still want to facilitate things to make the experience fun and challenging, and to give those people something to do. So if you have ideas for that, please let us know. We're open to any suggestions or ideas, but that will be the main focus of our development efforts in the upcoming months. One of those things obviously will be the MCMMO update that will help both new players stay and, of course, established players further develop their skills in terms of MCMMO, tree skills, I guess. So yeah, that's one of the things that we'll be working on. All right.
I believe that answers your question, and yeah, for any of the guesses that you guys are making, just vote for the right update. I would say just make sure to look at announcements, keep an eye out on the announcements, and vote for them.
Yeah, I don't know who it was, but somebody made the suggestion about kits at least, and the suggestion was something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, I would like to see a new form of suggestions. A new form of kits. Sorry, to make them more useful for players, both that have already. Well, once you've gotten the first rank, technically speaking, the armor you get then is kind of useless because you usually already have diamond gear." Given we're in a diamond-based economy and stuff. So yeah, that's one of the main suggestions we had. So what I would like to hear from you guys is, what should the kits contain if we shouldn't include armor and stuff? Well, what do you guys see as something that should be added to those kits?
What do you want to see in a kit? It could literally be anything. I've been trying to think of suggestions myself already, and it's a hard task, but you just gotta get in this flow and just kind of start thinking out of the box, really. First, there's maybe shulker shells.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna write this down. So wait, I need to do some cat cleanup again because I have a cat here once again. Yeah.
To help people get shulkers. Not a lot of them, though. Yeah.
Okay.
You guys just feel free to suggest as much as you can, and we'll think of the logistics of make sure of the cut and the consequences of that. Well, say you build a kit, storage kit.
Okay, wait, my camera's off. Come on. Aha. Okay. I'm having too many cat issues at the same time. Okay. Yeah, so they press buttons, they disconnect me, they do a bunch of stuff I don't like them to do. So yeah, there you go. So kit suggestions. What did we have so far? So we had shulker shells, I think I heard.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we have?
We have. Because I close it again. You say you have farmer's kit, builder kit, and storage kit. I believe and hunter kit is one that is getting suggested as well.
Kits.
But I think we're looking for more specific of what is going to be in the kit.
Yeah.
Right?
So wait, we had farmer kits, builder kit, hunter kits.
Builder kits, storage kits.
Storage kits. Okay. A redstone kit is what I hear as well.
Food is always good, just progressively getting better. So a food kit.
Need better food. Okay. Nice.
By the way, just saying, my camera is kind of messed up on your stream.
This is magnifique, OBS.
Maybe add an elytra to the kits, okay? But the higher ones.
That looks better, I think.
I'm not sure how much you want to reveal here yet.
Wait, elytras? Or were elytras mentioned?
Yeah. Yes.
Elytras. Wait, what do you mean by reveal? Type in the doc that we have.
Oh yeah, sure. You're gonna see like Chris's face kind of messed up. It's fine. You don't need to see him. Shells and
My internet is great today. Seeds, builder kits, yeah, a bunch of building blocks, I suppose. The hunter kit, some hunting tools, and then like leather and rabbit hide, that kind of stuff. Yeah, okay, I see.
saying well, you could start a first kit with just Unbreaking 1, then add to 3 as the rank progresses, and then stack enchantments.
Yeah.
Maybe have one kit with 1 wolf and like 10 bones or something to tame the wolf. Oh, right.
So a tame a wolf kit,
Kit with yeah. So basically, mob spawn eggs, like Vivi is saying.
What if we do the kits? But the thing is, what I'm thinking right now is if we do kits like that, they don't really need to be attached to a rank, do they? They can just be separate.
Yeah.
But instead, you could, for instance, pay experience or diamonds to get a kit.
Yeah, to buy different kits. It doesn't need to be a rank. You can have 20 kits, and you can buy those with, well, experience, time on the server, or whatever.
Okay.
It doesn't need to be connected to ranks.
Okay, so what I'm thinking right now is, so we have the MCMO update, and that's a nice feature update with cool things, but I think we can add to that one other thing, which is a kits update together with that.
Yeah.
That will be basically most of what the next update will be about. Okay. I like the ideas. I think I have some good ideas right now written down that we can use to start making the first collection of kits. I mean, we can expand them over time as well. So if you're like, oh yeah, this would be a cool kit to have in the future, then you can always suggest it, and then we can see what we can do.
Yeah, it's something that we easily can expand upon.
Yeah.
Once we have it, it's just something. And 2 or 3 more kits. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I like that suggestion. I'm going to see what we can do for that. Okay. And then
any more ideas? A mat kit, a kit that lets you bully Matt for an hour.
I will have to contest on that one, I'm afraid.
Do you remember the suggestion I made about kits?
Yes. Ideal.
Yeah, it's pretty much. I knew they would want this.
Yes. Oh boy.
Thoughts on the rank names I put in media? Well, I can't really open them right now. Chris can't either, but he did anyway.
What did I do? What? Yeah, sorry.
You actually.
I was like, oh yes.
You might have to actually do something about that because you were showing something.
Yes. Yeah, that's fine.
Have to edit.
Yeah, I'll do that afterwards. No, I was about to. The thing is, well, this is what is difficult, I guess, because I've got Discord Canary running, which is like the development version, and then I have Discord itself running.
Yeah.
So it's confusing between both. Let me see. I'm glad I have fine. Okay. Oh boy. Wait, is fly on in the nether? Can people fly in the nether? I'm seeing that Queen Ruby just posted a picture that saying, "Oh, I'm glad I have fly. Oh my god, look where my nether portal just spawned." But I'm not sure if the picture is in the nether or in the overworld. And then the second picture is also somewhere else. Okay, I might need to investigate that one.
Yeah. Please don't remove fly in the nether. It's something I see here.
Okay.
You have the second to last rank. Oh, right, yeah, because... Oh, is that only for the permanent?
What did you say? What?
No, I'm wrong, never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, fly C works just as well as fly.
Oh boy. Oh, by the way, is the bug resolved when switching worlds and fly is on?
I think so. Yeah, I believe it is.
Okay.
Please no. I see a lot of no's. It's life points. They heard us about removing fly and no.
Please don't.
They're saying that it still turns off. Fly still turns off when you switch worlds.
Okay.
Not first.
Wait, does it turn off when... Yeah, it depends what worlds you switch, because sometimes it's supposed to turn off, I think.
I did send you an important message right now, so yeah, people, don't worry about it. We're not gonna remove fly. Don't worry, it's calm. We were just wondering about it. Ruby, when I switch worlds, fly turns off. Okay, yeah, we're gonna fix that. I went from nether to my home and I fell to my death. Oof, that's not good. Any world, even over worlds. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll definitely look into that. Because that might be an important one to have a look at. Chris, if you want a screenshot, I can send you.
Of what?
Of the message that I just sent.
Oh yeah, no, I know what it was.
So you know
yeah.
What I'm talking about. Yeah, okay. There you go. Okay, that is something that I'll get my whip out for and make Chris do. Not that I have that power, but I like to imagine that I have that power. Right, any more suggestions for the kits? Any more for that? What do you want to see in them? Items, special items, armor. Everything's allowed. Just let me know when you're back, Chris. In case you...
I'm here. I was just listening. I was like, okay, I'm listening.
Alright, yeah, I didn't know if you needed to do something first.
No.
There you go, okay. Will you do any more crates at spawn? I know there's some coming soon signs. Yeah, that's the questions that they asked earlier.
Well, it could be crates. It could be. I don't know. It could be just a community chest. It could be. I don't know what chests are used for. I don't know. A donation box. It could be anything. you name it. It could be it.
Just vote for the suggestions that you want to see, and then, you have it. Be mindful that your Discord is showing again. Just
no, it's yeah, because it's a chat.
It's just a normal chat.
Yeah,
it's just a normal chat.
There we go.
Just letting you know, yeah.
This is.
If you had to choose a fruit as a weapon, what fruit would you choose? Oh, that's a question for us. It's a question that we need to.
Wait. What was the question? Repeat it to me.
There are questions that we need to answer. If you had to choose a fruit as a weapon, what fruit would you choose?
A fruit as a weapon.
Yeah.
What fruit would I use? Is there any fruit that is toxic at a certain point in time? There must be. That one.
You know those that we had at the high school you went to. Those nuts with like spiky
Oh yes,
blades.
yes, yes.
Yeah, I hated those. You could throw someone's eyes out with
Oh, I enjoyed that.
it. I know. Been the victim of that.
Well, wait, did I do that to you? No, I don't think so.
I don't even know. I just like to paint you as a bully.
Yes, I am not. I think sometimes.
So Fido has a suggestion here, and I actually have a pretty strong answer to that. It's definitely something that we could consider, but a birthday kit that would appear on someone's birthday. Now, I like the idea. I like that sort of as a birthday gift from the server to you. But at the same time, I do not want to encourage anyone to say private information online because not everyone realizes how dangerous a simple piece of information like that can be.
Yeah.
So I try to stay away from anything that encourages people to give away a piece of private information. You could argue the fact that, well, it's their choice if they want to give their birthday out or not, but we are encouraging it. We are still giving a reward if you give us that private information. So that is why I would vote against that suggestion. Will you add more player ranks ever above Empress? Would we consider that?
That's a difficult one. Why? Well, because it. The thing is, you need to think it like this. So currently, to reach the max rank, people have to invest at least 200 hours of playtime. 200 hours. That's insane. Well, to me at least, that's a humongous amount of time that you put into it. If we're going to add more ranks into the mix, how would we do that then? Because higher than Empress, what would be higher than an Emperor? I mean, a god, I guess, but I'm not going to give anybody the god rank. I mean, that's kind of like, you know.
It's going to start some religious debate.
Yeah. So it's a bit weird. So what I would then, I guess, opt for is adding more ranks in between the currently existing ranks. But that would then mean that somebody already has the max rank and wouldn't be able to get that previous rank. So what would you then have as an option is to decrease the rank of the highest person to the rank that they should have if they would have ranked up every single time. So let's say they have ranked up to the 9th rank and then we end up with 12 ranks. Okay, then they will be decreased to the 9th rank, and they will need to do the 3 last ones again. That would be an option, but I'm sure not everybody would be too happy about that. So it's a difficult one, and I don't think that is something we'll do unless we do an actual reset. And there's different kinds of resets that we could do. I guess I've done soft resets in the past where I only reset ranks and balance and stuff like that, but the world still existed. Or you could really have a full-on hard reset where you reset everything. So there's different ways of resetting, and I'm not sure when we'll do which one or in what circumstances we'll do one. So there's still a lot of questions there that I haven't figured out, and I think it's also a bit too soon to start working on those. I know a few people have reached the highest rank, but I think in 3 months of playtime and 200 hours of in-game playtime, I think that's, plenty of time that you've played in order to earn that reward. I mean, we could increase it to even more, but I think we've got a good base to start with for now in that regard. If that makes any sense. I don't know.
Yeah. They're already saying no hard reset, please. It's funny whenever that word gets mentioned, people.
I mean, it's not. It's not like we're gonna do it like that. So. And yeah, I mean, we can't always keep the current world as the main survival world. That's simply not possible. Every game at some point needs a reset. they sometimes either allow you to create a new character, and that's how you start new again. But Minecraft doesn't have that option because you're stuck with the same world. So eventually what you'll need to do is create a new world somehow, and then have that become the playable area. So when you compare Minecraft to other games, we're just stuck with the fact that there's no way of really starting fresh. Even if you would want to, even as a veteran player, you can't be like, oh yeah, I want to start fresh, unless you have an alt account or something like that. And even then. That's something that we still need to explore, but like I said, I'm not. Everything will be communicated clearly, obviously, with plenty of time for you to save things or look at things. I don't work like other people might work, so yeah, I'm a bit different in that regard.
That's why we don't say today. Right. Let's see. What else is there? I saw something that I wanted to mention, and now it's. Oh, Viv said that 200 hours is nothing to them.
Nothing. 200 hours is nothing to you. Oh boy.
Oh, something that I did want to add to what you just said was that it's hard to add ranks to the top of it because we balanced this entire system.
Yeah.
We gave each rank specific sort of upgrades, and the last rank basically has everything that we could think of you would want.
Yeah.
So what would we give the next rank? Of course, we would brainstorm with you guys, but it's gonna be a tough question to start thinking about what you could give the. If we were to add 5 new ranks, each of those ranks wants something significant added to their name. So, Zin actually comes with a nice point. Something that I haven't seen before, but I know you have. Instead of extra ranks, add a prestige system, like in prison service. So the player always has a new prestige to target.
Yeah, that is indeed something I've considered, but my question then is, what would the prestige allows you to restart from 0 basically, and then you just have a 1 in front of your name, I guess, or 2 or 3 depending on what prestige you're doing, which is possible, but yeah, then we currently already have issues where players would like to display certain things as a prefix and as a suffix and stuff like that. So if we also want to then display, oh yeah, your prestige that you're doing, it's becoming more and more complicated as we go. So that's certainly an option, something I have considered, but I think the whole ranks system that we have set up does the trick for it at the time being, and I think that is something that we can revisit once we're getting closer to the actual release, stuff like that. Or well, released reset or something like that, or a significant event where we well, oh boy, did I do it again? I did it again. Well, I'll just edit that one out. Okay, the password has been changed by the way, so.
Yeah,
see, this is the issue. Yeah.
Since you changed it, I can say what happened, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Chris has been showing the password, link, and username to one of the CorbaWorld things in his stream.
Yeah.
Every time he goes on Discord does something, he shows this incredibly huge piece of information.
Yeah. It's fixed now. It's fixed.
Anyway, we don't need to. What else do we have here? The idea of the challenge they said the idea of the challenge sounds exciting to have to start mining again, like a soft reset, for example. Of course, let me clarify, that is not in the foreseeable future. That is...
Oh yeah.
We just started, okay? Give people a chance. There's about 2 people that are regent now, and I'm not even sure.
I
Is there
think
anyone that is Empress yet?
I think so, but I'd have to verify. Let me double check.
It's rare, right? It's the extremely dedicated players that are just now reaching that top rank, and that just means
Oh wait, there
it's the
are.
oh, Fido is Empress.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I think we just covered that. Fido is one of the most, if
Yeah.
not the most active player we have. So we got time, okay? There's people less crazy than Fido. Just joking.
I was supposed to be a
Oh, a
developer.
really important question, actually.
Ask away.
If you had to fight a turkey or a flamingo or a penguin, which bird would you fight?
A turkey,
Turkey,
a
flamingo,
flamingo,
or
or a penguin?
yeah.
A penguin.
You know,
They're
I
the
would
least
say
mobile creatures out of all
I
of
would
them.
say that too, but haven't you seen that GIF or that video where that penguin just slaps the other penguin on the back and just plummets into a pond?
The abyss.
Yeah, I've never seen that kind of video from, say, a flamingo.
Did you know there is something called the
Not
penguin?
turkeys. Turkeys are
Yeah, they're dangerous. Did you know there's
yeah, they're
something called
dangerous.
the Penguin Awards for certain scientific feats? I'll tell you what it is. So, do you know those scenes in like Animal Planet and Discovery Channel, right? Where you've got a bunch of penguins on a cliff, and they're like looking in the water. Okay, who's gonna jump first? You know. So I mean, if they all jump at once, what would happen is, well, they would all be dead because there's a sea lion there and it eats them all. But if one of them jumps, then just one of them is dead. So that's good, I guess.
Yeah.
In science, we've got the same thing. So there's 100 different businesses that would like to do research into a specific topic, and then who's gonna do it first? And then the first one that does it and that basically discovers it's basically pointless to do this. That guy will that organization will get a penguin award because they were the first.
You are a pioneer,
Yeah,
but it was useless.
yeah, it was useless, but they still went through the effort, and that's why they get that reward. It's stupid, but it's hilarious as well.
It comes very close to Darwin Awards, the Darwin Awards where you die in a stupid way.
Oh yeah,
You know that one, right?
yeah.
You know what the Darwin Awards are? An example of that would be the guy that wanted to remove a beehive from his grounds and would smoke them out, basically, but he didn't want to inhale all that smoke. So he put a bag over his head so he wouldn't be inhaling all that smoke.
Oh boy.
But as the more murderers of you probably already can guess, you can't really breathe with a bag over your head. So he died, and that is a Darwin Award. That man deserves that. It's natural selection doing its thing.
I'm not.
Anyway, back to CorbaWorld information.
Okay.
Vivi had actually a question.
Ask away. I'm listening.
Accidentally looked over. Wait, where is it now? It was about map art. Map art. Can map art made on the creative server be brought into survival?
That's a good question, and I'll add that to the list of things that we could look into.
Think about it.
But I don't know yet. It might be something that we add further down the line once we have creative, and in the beginning we focus again on making it stable, that it works, and everything that we have is functional. And then further down the line we can look into adding things like importing maps and stuff like that to the survival world that were built on creative. But that's a cool idea, so I'll write that one down. Map to survival.
Okay. Alright, so Vivi, we're gonna think about it. There you go. Well, I hope so. I'm not. Daily or weekly or monthly challenges. Oh, okay, so some kind of award system as well, I think. Daily or weekly or monthly challenges or events could be interesting. Like, who can mine the most X over the space of a weekend gets diamond rewards. So, who can mine the most stone in a weekend?
That's a good one. Interesting.
Who could do the most mining quests, which aren't added yet, by
Who can do them? Oh yeah, they don't quite exist yet. But yeah, the thing with challenges is they also need to reset because otherwise you can't do the same challenge over again. So it's also something to take into account. I might have something in mind. Yeah, never mind. I'm not gonna talk what I was gonna say.
the way. Good idea. We're gonna
Yeah.
gonna talk about it. I have a question. I know the answer already. Right. First question: will we ever add at least one mod to the server? So a mod to make the server better.
um,
Not talking about a moderator.
one mod. So what does that mean by adding? What do you mean by adding a mod? Define mod.
Like a furniture mod, for example.
Okay, Google, define mod. No, okay, a furniture mod, for example. While I love the idea and I have explored that avenue plenty of times, there currently is no platform. Well, I could try and build something myself, but that would take months and months of work, and then I couldn't focus on Minecraft. So no, I'm not going to do that myself. So I'm counting on a third party that develops it. There's two types of mods currently. There's fabric mods and there's forge mods. And then plugins are also considered mods. So what we currently have running. However, we will most likely not add mods as they would require a special type of server software that combines Forge or Fabric with, well, a Spigot-based software. So that would possibly be Paper or whatever fork you would use. Yeah, that currently does not exist. I know there are a few projects running. I know a few people that are working on things like that, but they are older versions. So they are like, for instance, 1.18 is the most recent one I think that exists, and it's only beta, and a bunch of stuff doesn't work. It's very buggy. So there's a lot of flaws still. So I would rather stick with something stable that I know works, and perhaps in the future, when it's more stable and it's better developed, we can look into that avenue, but currently, no. Yeah, to sum that up.
Alright. Answers your question, bro. I'm gonna run an ad real quick of 1:30 because I have to. But don't worry, we won't be answering big questions in those.
Oh yes, we will.
I mean, most people don't get this ad anyway, but just in case, for those that aren't subscribed, just letting you know, you don't need to subscribe. Can we suggest plugins? I mean,
You can suggest plugins, but tell us why you want that plugin. Explain to us why. And
keep in mind what we said earlier about
yeah,
it.
to tell us what it would. Don't be like, oh yeah, this is a cool plugin, and then a link to the plugin. No, that does not help us. What would it contribute? What would it add? Why should we add it to the server? Tell us. Give us some argument. Well, give us some good, talking points.
Yeah, if there's a really good reason for it, and if it has the votes in the suggestion channel, of course we're gonna consider it.
Yeah.
Personally, I prefer the old sleep plugin. This one is a little clunky. Something they said.
Old sleep plugin. Which old sleep plugin?
Have we changed? Because keep in mind, yeah, this is something that I want to address. Keep in mind that I've seen a couple people say old this or what we had previously, and then they're actually referring to one of the many servers that everyone comes from. But keep in mind, we are not a continuation of any other server. We are our own server, and we don't. That is something else entirely. So just in that case, he would mention, "Oh, I saw this on another server." Basically, that is not. That's not to you, by the way, Ruby, because you said it's on CW. But just saying, in general,
Well,
I've seen people say something like
just to lift the curtain a bit on the sleep plugin, we never changed sleep plugin. It's been the same from the very start. What is clunky about this one? Let me ask the question that way.
Ruby said the one prior to the most recent update on CW.
There was no other one. It's always been the
Basically,
same. There have been some configuration changes that you can see in the change logs, but why is it clunky currently? If I may ask.
anyway,
Because that will
wanna-
help me, well, define or pinpoint what is bothering you the most.
Mhm. I think in the meantime we could answer Viv while Ruby is
Typing.
writing an answer. Anyway, non-donators could get access to mob heads, like a percent chance to drop.
That is well, that would have been the case if you voted on a specific something, but you didn't. So,
Again, it comes down to that.
So, yeah. Anything is possible, but you just need to, talk about
Okay,
it.
I see what Ruby means now.
Okay.
I have been really busy, so I haven't seen how the plugin works at the moment, or since the last update. Has it been changed, they ask? We already said it. Because the last one, you could only have one person sleep, and it would still sleep faster.
Yeah.
Now, it feels slower and seems to require more people.
Yeah, so it requires a percentage of people, which is, I'm not sure what amount it is by heart, but it is more than it was before, indeed. And I slowed it down by a bit because certain players wanted to have the nighttime to do certain things. And this was simply not possible with people then, well, laying in a bed for 2 seconds and the night being over. And that is essentially something I want to avoid, and also give people that want to use the nighttime for something they need to do to have nighttime at their disposal, even if it's for a shorter amount of time. So, yeah. Well, while you might find it disturbing, there's others that actually need it for certain things that I would like to do. So yeah, we need to make sure that we can accommodate everybody in that regard. Wait, let me double check what the amount is, because I can tell you. Survival. Okay. Sleep. So the speed up currently, what is it at? So the base speed is 20. Wait. The minimum speed is 10, and the base speed is 25. So yeah, 100. So basically, the higher the number, the faster the night passes. So now it goes 25 times as fast as it would normally go in vanilla. And then the minimum speed is 10. So again, that depends on the amount of players sleeping. So if you have, what is it? The minimum amount of people sleeping is, yeah. So 25% of the players need to be asleep. So if you have 8 players online, 2 players need to be asleep, and it will always round. Well, it will round up when it is necessary. So let's say you have 5 players online, then technically speaking, 2 players need to sleep, because you can't have 1.1 players asleep or whatever it is, 1.25 I think. That's not possible. So it will round up to 2 players. So 2 players need to sleep, and then the speed will be 10. So it will be 10 times as fast as usually. And then if another player would join, then it would speed up to 15 times as fast, and then like that it would go up. So that's how it currently works.
Alright, I think that answers Ruby's question. And of course, if you want that changed, you can suggest it again, I presume. Right, so I see a bunch of people asking about the what should I call it? What are they calling it? The updates, basically.
Okay.
What they can vote on, right? So The previous one was a merchant's paradise, heavenly treasures, or a data package delivery. That is how we call them,
Yeah.
and that is how you could vote for them. So I was meant to touch on this in one of CorbaWorld's streams, but I've been pretty busy and
Yeah.
ill. So the one that won then was Heavenly Treasures. Now, Heavenly Treasures was a disguised name for crates. And now we have a skillful adventurer, the impossible mining endeavor, and data package delivery
Yeah.
has come back. As we said, these things come back if you didn't vote for them in the first. Um, Basically, we hide these hints, right? A skillful adventurer, right? These are hints to what it contains. Now, what the players are asking is, why are we actually doing that? Um, um, I see Ruby is asking for more informative votes, so they know what they're voting for, and Toby is asking how come the updates which we voted on didn't have more information, as I'm sure players would have changed their votes knowing what each of them did.
That's part of the mystery. So we want to keep it somewhat surprising. So based on what you could do to kind of figure out is why what the suggestion is reverse engineer it. So take every word because it's figure out what every update contains. Okay.
That's where it ended. Oh wait, oh there
Okay,
it is.
okay. Where did I end?
I was about to finish your sentence for you. You said I want you guys to. So
Oh yeah.
curious. We want you guys to
Oh yeah. I
figure
want.
out what.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Indeed we want you guys to figure out what the update is about. Discuss it amongst each other. Get discuss the whole idea of the update. Try and figure it out yourself because I'm sure you'll come up with more than you could on your own. And then some people might have a different perspective on it. And then that's something we want you guys to take care of. We will just say, okay, these are the updates, and that's it. We could say, oh yeah, this, and this will be in the update, but that's just boring when the update comes. There's nothing exciting about the update, and then because you'll know, oh yeah, this will be added. Okay, cool. Now we know what was going to be added. With this, there's some mystery to it, and then even while we are developing it, we can still make minor tweaks to things and add in something extra. For example, the Heavenly Treasures update. In the beginning, I had no idea that I was going to add flight charges to the thing, but here we go. In the end, we did have them. So, and then the treasures was the vote crate itself. So the things just we want some freedom for ourselves to still be able to change things in the update as we develop it, but we also want to leave some mystery, so it's somewhat exciting to see what the update will have and contain. As there is not a single game in the world that will fully show you the changelog of a future update. So there's not a single game in the world that will do that. And same goes for us. We can't do that.
It's gotta be a bit.
Yeah.
We gotta build that excitement a little bit. Right.
Does that make sense? Let me ask that question. If not, then please let me know, and then we can see.
Yeah, there's already some people that are adding on to this with their suggestions. Fur, by the way, Fur, I am going to answer your question later on in the stream. Just we're gonna focus on the CorbaWorld stuff for now, but definitely an interesting question. So Ruby is saying how you could let us know how long the votes are running for, and then maybe leak potential features during the vote time. One or two teasers, basically, and you could add to that with this is not finalized.
Yeah.
Just to make it clear.
in the
Just
future,
teasers combined with that.
the thing is, we try to make the updates manageable. We have jobs IRL, we have other stuff to do as well, so our updates can't be of the scale that a Minecraft update would be, where they have like 20 different features that they're working on, and then they can actually leak certain things. We have one or two features that we're working on, so if we leak something, it's very easy for you to discover what it is, with absolute certainty. So, and also on top of that, well, I am limited in time. So now that we have Kiowa on the team to help with development, I might be able to invest some more time into stuff like that. So that's certainly something that we can explore. But again, for the time being, we're going to continue doing them as we are now. But in the future, that is certainly something we can work on and evolve into something a bit more, with some more interaction, I guess, those updates. Yeah. It's a good point.
They're
Good point.
saying thanks for the clarification. Is what they're saying. So that's great. Um, let's see. Another interesting question from Fur, actually. Will we ever make a server trailer to interest more people in joining?
Oh boy, oh boy. How much I would love to do this. Again, I love to put time into, like, oh yeah, making some cinematic renders like in Blender and stuff like that. I would love to do that and then rig a little thing and then make a trailer. I would love to do that, but that takes quite a chunk of time. And I wouldn't want just like a basic trailer where it's me running around the world and then chopping some wood and then some text and a voiceover. No. I would want something with some, like, some cool music and some more of a, something like a story. Like I've always been fascinated about, like, Plasma Studios. I don't know, Black Plasma Studios. I don't know if you know them, but they're basically a studio that does Minecraft animations on a very high level. So it's like really coolly animated, and the storylines behind it and whatnot. Kind of like the Fallen Kingdom videos that Captain Sparkles did. Those kind of cinematics. So that is what I would like to do for our server at some point. But again, that takes time, and I do want it to be something good that truly represents us. And to make something that represents us, we first need to make sure that we have established ourselves. So those are two things that I would love to, absolutely. And it's in the icebox. Our icebox is getting kind of big, but yeah, there's yeah, at some point certainly, yeah.
They're saying that better with Josh and Ame on that. Well, obviously, yeah. For a project a little bit bigger like this, obviously we're gonna need some help there.
Yeah.
So we will obviously use what we have and what we can. Just as the players, our team is encouraged to take action, and if someone wants to make something in the meantime while we wait for something professionally to be made at some point, then yeah, go ahead and do it. That is, we really encourage that.
Even players can have a go at it, by the way. So anybody can try it, and we can see what we can do with it. So go for it, absolutely. We won't stop you.
As they say, we're all in this together. So yeah, we're all trying to make this server big and.
Well, be careful with that, because not necessarily big. We want to make it fun for everybody, and we want to have as many people as possible enjoy what we bring to the table. So we don't.
We're all trying to make this server as it is. We're all in this together. Stop eating
High School Musical vibes.
We're even making it this big that someone interesting just joined the game a second ago. They already left, but just so everyone knows, that is just a normal player. Don't worry about it. That is not anyone of any special meaning. Let's say that it's just a very dedicated player from the past. I know them. I think I made a town with them once. It's quite interesting. If that is still the person I'm talking, I'm thinking of. Fur knows how to use Blender and stuff. Hey, Fur, let's go. So yeah, Fur just take action and let's see what you do, right? Like Chris said, it takes time. Yeah, just if you want to do something, if you want to have a challenge in Blender, hey, we're not gonna stop you. You know, but Blender is really hard to use. Yeah, I tried it once. I tried to
You
figure
need
it
to
out
use the
once.
right plugins, especially for like Minecraft renders and stuff like that. There's plugins out there and already made rigs and stuff like that for our characters, so we don't need anything in that regard. Well, you don't need to make it yourself, let's put it that way. So you can just use already existing assets and so on.
Yeah. Right. Any more questions? And is there actually anything more that we need to mention still?
I don't think so, to be honest. Because, yeah, I think we've reached the end of the first update. Was it clear to anybody, actually?
Sir just dropped in. FYI, y'all are great. Thank you for everything you do. Hey, we appreciate you. Will the glitch with the tree feller be fixed? I think
What glitch?
yeah, you're gonna have to be more specific about the glitch. And then there was this. How often can we expect these voted for updates?
There is no real interval in terms of time for it. Simply because, well, it depends on our free time and how much time we have at our disposal. And the suggestions we have, and if there's enough suggestions for us to be able to make a, well, I guess, good update. So I don't know. I hope to do them at least like once every season or like 3 months at least. But yeah, no promises there. Again, we'll announce them as we do now, so it'll be pretty clear as to when we have them. And then it's just up to you to vote on time, and yeah.
Yeah, I think at this point we've had to. We can't really say if you can expect more or less. I believe the last one was posted on the 11th of December, and the one before that was the 15th of October, so it could be any time really. Just see a cat tail, like.
Yeah, and the head.
Head just bobbing up. Is he wearing the hat?
Yeah, I would like her to wear it, but she doesn't want to wear it.
The tree feller issue that Fido mentioned. I believe this was fixed, but apparently Fido is saying that it is not fixed yet. It often lets you fell a tree, but gives nothing. So no blocks, no saplings, and so on.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, that one has been communicated with the developer, but it's just not a matter of waiting for it to be resolved.
Oh, okay. So it's out of our hands. It's the developer of the plugin that is fixed.
Yeah.
Okay. So no ETA on that yet. Sadly. Any cool New Year's plans or long-term plans you can tease for next year?
Ooh. Well, New Year's not really, because we also have. I have to work during that period of time, and I have family visits and stuff like that, so I will not be. That's why I want to kind of do the stream now before Christmas and stuff, so that it's we have communicated things before. During Christmas, no real big plans. I think Fido has something going. Oh God, the cat's attacking the microphone. But besides that, long-term plans. It's a good one. Well, long-term maybe. More expand the team. That's the first. Expand the network. So is in the creative server, and then perhaps something else. Not gonna say what it is, but yeah, perhaps. What else? Nothing much really. I think besides that, we're taking it step by step, and we're looking at things how they go. Where we're not trying to think too far ahead. we're trying to think in the moment and see what do we need now and where are we going towards. Of course, where we're keeping a healthy kind of forecast of what we might expect. But we aren't really too occupied with, oh yeah, what are we going to do the next year? I mean, I would like to see the server grow, obviously, and I think that will be the main focus. So that's why we're focusing on player retention to make sure that everybody that is here has stuff to do until infinity. So you're stuck here forever, you know. And then new players also get trapped, obviously, and can never leave. That kind of stuff. Yeah.
Logging out, just remove the feature of the game.
Yeah, you always log into CorbaWorld from now on.
And yeah, just as an addition to that, for like Corba Crew, we are gonna do a separate stream at some point for our goals for next year, and then there will be an entire conversation with the community about what you guys want to do in the new year. But that is a Corba Crew thing. For CorbaWorld, I don't know if you're gonna post some goals by the new year, what we want to reach, and then see if the community can help. I don't know if we're gonna post that publicly at some point. Like, I mean,
I obviously have some personal goals I would like to achieve, but we'll see how public we go with those, because how we do things. we are more of the we start as a base of our current community, and we see, okay, what can we do to help the players that we currently have? What can we do to make things better? And that's our starting point. And then once that is okay, and once we think, okay, this is at a good level and people are satisfied, we can revisit this and actually look at, well, how can we improve things for new players? And yeah, like that.
I was worried after the death of CC that I'd lose these friends, but not only have I not, I've met loads of new friends, and I love it.
That's what we want. That's literally the goal of CorbaWorld. Just make an environment where people can meet new people, have fun, no drama, just debate. Okay, there will be drama. Obviously, there's no way of getting around that at some point, but we want to keep it as hassle-free as possible. Jeez.
Have you eaten yet? Because here's some beef.
Lay it on me. But yeah. So yeah, that nicely. That feedback is what we want to hear, because that's what we want to do in the end.
Yeah, we wanted to create a home for you guys and add new friends to that home, new community members, just new experiences. Definitely, and we're just always made too big. Immediately throwing money at it, making this big thing, and just giving everything that people wanted right away, and not really go into it with the kind of strategy that we are doing right now. So that has been a bit like, that is the biggest change really that you'll see, and that is why you'll notice that we are gonna stick around. We are here to stay for a long time, because we're not just starting out as if it's gonna be in for only a week.
No.
This is server manager of the year.
Oh, is that an award you can win? well, I do feel like this is something we should look into. No.
If you died by coding too much, I'll give you a $. Community over quantity is what's amazing about CW.
I mean, okay, it's not like we entirely neglect quantity, of course, but we do prioritize the community always. That is a very simple thing for us. But in the future, of course, this is something we want to look into, but we want to scale it in a way that makes sense and that makes everybody happy, so that both the people that are here...
Without quantity, you can't really build anything either, because at some point, people will find other interests maybe than Minecraft as an entirely thing.
Yeah.
So it's, in the end, it's just a hobby. It's just your free time that you're spending on here. So yeah. that is why quality, of course, is important as well. Merry Christmas, they said.
Yes, yes. I've said it many times in game, but yes, yes.
Get it?
Yes, I do.
Merry Christmas, y'all. Happy holidays, happy Hanukkah. By the way, Matt, did you see what I asked you in DC earlier today? I did see, and then I proceeded to ignore. I actually forgot. I completely forgot. It was like shit. Oh right, I did see that. Oh, I was in a call with Chris. I even mentioned it to Chris. Yeah, that's fine. We can do that. We can.
What?
The prize thing.
Yes, of course.
What is happening? No, Nordic. CW this year reignited my passion for Minecraft when it died, or when CC died. It was sad, but now CW is just lovely to come on every day and just be welcomed and have fun with friends. Thank you, Ruben. What do we want? Sleeping kitties. When do we want it? Now. Okay.
Well, yes. I'll show you. I'll show you the sleeping kitties.
Gonna get some. Oh, that is. When do you get it? Never. Well, you got it like right here.
Yeah.
Right now, right here.
So this is literally where she's. So my mouse is here, and then my keyboard is right there. So yeah, it's. I always need to do like this, and she loves it.
Like this.
Yeah.
I live troll now. Oh, that is true. And putting up with this. Okay, alright. So yeah, a bit of a summary of what was said today is applications will be opened either tonight or tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah, it might be tomorrow because I kind of still need to make the form, so probably tomorrow.
It will be there tomorrow. It's fine. So we are looking for 2 new helpers and 1 mod. Did we mention the regions we are looking for?
Oh yeah, that too. So we've noticed that there's some holes. So what we kind of want to do, we're kind of we're called CorbaWorld, so we're like a worldwide server. Wait, let me just change the camera angle because it's yeah, hi. Yeah. So the cat cam is off. Well, why do we want to? We're CorbaWorld, so in the end, we also kind of want to have some sort of staff coverage all the time. In all time zones. So we are looking for, if possible, 2 North American staff members. I think, right? 2 North American? Yeah, right?
I just wrote down a mix of NA and EU.
Yeah, but both North American, well, that area or that time zone, I guess, kind of, and then
we try
Europe.
to have equal
Yeah.
amount of people in Europe and equal amount of
Yeah.
So don't worry, Ruby. Like we are actually looking for both at the moment.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Of course, English, knowing English is always nice. Since that is the main language we use too. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. Unless you have any.
That does cover it. Yeah. So I was making a summary really. We also have the update Skillful Adventure that has been announced. Then after that, the creative server got announced. So keep looking out for that. It's gonna be really fun to see some more creative builds coming out of that. And of course, welcome Kiowa to the team to help us get some workload off of Chris, because that is
well, it's not like I'm gonna die because of burnout, but it's just it can help me focus on other things.
You gotta get that Darwin Award somehow, right?
Exactly. So
that's the only thing you gotta do for it. You gotta die. Like that is
small job.
I'm glad I joined NRG a few years ago because if I had not, I don't know if I would be here today. wiki stuff. Will there be a wiki for stuff?
Wait, who asked that?
Nordic.
Nordic.
I mean, he just said wiki stuff.
Wiki stuff. Well, currently that's the amongst the tasks of development. So as development does an update, they will also make sure that the wiki gets updated, and that way it's always correct. Those are also the people that know when these changes happen and how they happen, and then how to explain it the best. Because otherwise we would also need a liaison to kind of communicate things well between the person that updates the wiki and then development to make sure everything's understood well. So currently that's the task of at the development side of things. So maybe in the future, but currently that's how we work, at least.
One more question about the update. Do you think you'll ever do a vote of previously rejected updates? So only previously rejected updates, no new ones.
That will most likely be the next one.
Hey, there you go.
Yes, we will, of course.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I do think it is time then for a small spleef tournament, if people are up for it still. And we'll spleef each other for a bit before logging off.
Yes. So I will end my stream at least. So everybody move to Matt's stream that is watching me. And then
faces in your chat actually. I saw Ohana there.
Yeah, I did. I saw a few faces. Yes, indeed.
And my one time second in command on Corba Crew, Beck.
Oh.
I actually was gonna pay for his services, but he got shut down on Corba Crew, so that never happened.
Sad times.
Sad times indeed. Everyone in the Corba Crew chat, of course, subscribe to Chris on YouTube as well. As you know, on YouTube, subscribing doesn't cost money.
Yes.
Subscribing on here is also recommended.
Beneficial.
Beneficial. But you can just drop a follow here. A link. Oh, you want a link? Oh, that is something.
Well, in the meantime, though, I will end the stream since you will still be able to subscribe afterwards, and then everybody move over to Matt's side, and then we'll continue there. See ya.
No, don't go. Twitch, don't go. People on Twitch, don't go.